Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mike. I'm one of the co-owners here at Trade Boost. I just want to make a quick video just to give you a bit of an inside scoop on like what we actually do, like how we actually generate leads for contractors. There are a few different methods that we use to generate leads for contractors in general. And just kind of walk you through like the different avenues and kind of like how we make it all work. Predominantly for a lot of like our home service contractors, such as like kitchen and bathroom renovators, painters, or even like hardscapers, and really anyone in that niche, we do a lot of Facebook ads. So I just wanted to do a bit of like a case study, kind of like a walkthrough, kind of showing you exactly what we do, how we do it, and then how we plug it into like Go High Level, for example. Yeah, just to kind of show you guys like what's done, how it works, and the systems that we have in place to make it really succeed. Let's start with this. Let me give you like a bit of a meta ads walkthrough, kind of like what we do and really like how we do it, right? If you don't know me, my name is Mike. I am one of the owners here at Trade Boost. We currently have active clients in multiple industries under kitchen and bathroom, painting, backyard project builds, plumbing, and HVAC. We really only work with the home service niche. Our mission is to really bring enterprise level solutions to small and medium-sized contracting businesses to really help them succeed and of course take control of their growth. So for meta ads, what I'm going to show you here is what I would call a meta ads walkthrough. It's typically kind of like what we show clients when they're kind of like looking for our services or looking into us and just kind of like seeing how we can possibly help them. Right. One of the biggest things like with today's market, right, is that we live in a really low trust economy. So, you know, like pictures, before and after photos, they don't really work as well anymore. So what we do is we actually create video content with our video production team to position you and your company as a personable, well-respected, you know, family-owned and operated company that is just like simply there to help and serve the community. So our ads are designed to A, create a problem, B, build instant trust, and then mix in like a little bit of humor to grab the user's attention. So how do we do that, right? So you can see here a few different companies that we currently work with. Rescon is a hardscape like landscaping company. Back 40 Builds based in Oshawa, shout out. The owner is Ethan Armit, awesome guy. They do a lot of like backyard project, bunkie builds. Strictly Residential, Brett Morgan, Beauty, painting company based in London, Ontario. Built by Bird Construction, another great guy. Leighton Bird, he does kitchen and bathroom renovations in Simcoe County. And then Ansa Painting. These are just 5 of the companies we work with. Another amazing guy. He does painting, commercial and residential painting in Phoenix, Arizona. So let's kind of go into it, right? These are a few, I'll show you an example. Let's just say we're talking about, let's just go with Built by Bird as an example. So let's go into his ad manager. I'll give you a bit of a walkthrough in regards to like what the ads look like, what the cost per lead looks like, and kind of like how we actually make it work for our clients. So you can see here in this campaign, right? He is honestly one of our best performing clients. He's been crushing it, just absolutely crushing it. He's been on with us for quite a few months now. Let's have a see. Let's have a look here. He spent around $6,482. He's been on with us since the summer. I think it was like May, possibly. May, June, July, August. Yeah, like probably like midsummer. He's gotten 223 leads. Average cost per lead is around 29 bucks. And he's been crushing. The average like lead in to book quote ratio is around like 60 to like 80%. Pretty wide range there, but he's been absolutely crushing it. So let's just go into like what the ads look like, what the best performing ad looks like, and kind of like how we would structure the ad campaign to actually make it work for anyone kind of like in the industry. All right. Again, this is Leighton's campaign. Let's go into like this one ad alone has 145 leads. Let's preview it. I'll show you like what the ad looks like here.
Do you ever see someone else's bathroom and feel jealous? Leighton here, proud owner of Simcoe County's very own Built by Bird Construction. You deserve one of those clean, modern, beautiful bathrooms that make people say, oh. And we're here to make that happen without breaking your bank or spirit. We're offering free estimates as well. All you have to do is click the link below, give us a little information about the job, and we'll get back to you right away. Looking forward to giving your bathroom the makeover it deserves.
Right? What we want to do is we're kind of making you look like a bit of a local celebrity, right? People buy from people buy from people they trust. You talking to the camera really instills a lot of trust in the local community and, you know, gets people to reach out and see how you can help them out. Here's another one. Let's just look at like a basement one, for example. just to give you like a bit of insight here.
Simcoe County and surrounding area homeowners. Is your basement more of a haunted house than a hangout spot? Maybe you got some water damage over the winter? Let's fix that. Layton here from Simcoe County's very own Built by Burke Construction. We turn dark, creepy basements into bright, livable spaces that people actually want to hang out at. No more spiders, no more mystery smells, just extra livable space that feels like home. All you have to do is click the link below, give us a little information about the job, and we'll get back to you right away. Let's give your basement the life it deserves. Simcoe County.
Right, so a bit of like, you can tell like for every one of these videos, we start with a hook, right? What we'll basically do is we'll start with like 3 main videos that will essentially say the same things. And then at the beginning of every video, we'll launch probably about like 10 specific different creatives that all have different hooks, essentially targeting a different avatar in a way. So like for a kitchen and bathroom, somebody that's been, they've been are you tired of, do you ever, like for the first video I showed you, do you ever walk into somebody else's bathroom and feel jealous? Or is your basement more like a haunted house than XYZ, right? Really calling out the avatar you want to work with and really speaking to the person that might be watching the video on Facebook, right? We want to create problems and then offer quick solutions. Once they basically see that ad, right? Facebook advertising is more of like a disruptor campaign, just to give you some like context on kind of how that would work. And basically like how Facebook ad works in comparison to like Google ads, right? So Facebook ads, people aren't necessarily like actively going onto Facebook to find their painting contractor. What's good about Facebook is it ignites interest. So that's what we're doing with these campaigns, is we're igniting the interest to potentially even get people to like go to Google, look up your website, find you, and then reach out there on your website even, right? But a lot of people even respond on Facebook. So what they'll typically do is they'll click on that ad, they'll be like, hey, it looks like a pretty nice guy. I'm sure he could honestly help me out. Let's see what he can do. So our first step of the qualification process is having them fill out like a Facebook lead form. Now, the more questions you ask, the higher quality of the lead. The less questions you ask, obviously the lower quality of the lead. We typically have good success with asking about 3 questions for each one. So we get their name, their email, and their phone number. And then we ask like a list of options saying like, what spaces are you looking to get painted, or like what part of your house are you looking to renovate, for example, for like a kitchen and bathroom guy, or even like a hardscaper, right? It could be what are you looking to get done in your backyard, like a patio, new stones, full backyard rebuild, etc. That's just really the first stage. Second question we typically ask is for a mandatory question of them like describing like what they actually want to get done with their project. So going into more detail about it, right? Describing like, hey, I'm looking to get this done, looking to get that done. If they aren't willing to answer these questions, typically this probably isn't going to be a good lead, or even someone that's going to respond to you in the first place, right? That's really just the start of it though, right? That is getting leads to show intent, but the real magic happens when you connect it with a tool like Go High Level, and you instantly, as soon as they submit that information, you instantly reach out and text and email that client. I want to show you like kind of what that system looks like, what the pipeline build looks like, and kind of like what you can expect, and how we integrate Go High Level to the whole system as well. Let me just take you through like a few examples, right? So let's go into like the opportunity section of his pipeline, right? So this is basically how we structure most of our clients' sales pipelines, right? So the new lead will come in. If a lead like reaches out right away, we consider it a hot lead. And there's some manual actions that will take place, right? When a phone call is made, you would take this lead and move it over into that bucket, into the phone call attempted bucket. When a phone call is complete, like somebody that answered the phone, you had a conversation with them, move it there. When you've booked a quote, move it there as well, right? Active project, this is all very, very self-explanatory. Project complete, payment complete. Send review requests, it's a pretty cool automation. Like when you move someone from this bucket over into send review requests, it automatically requests that person to leave a review for you. Being like, hey, first name, it was an honor working on your project. Would love if you took some time to leave us a review. It helps us work with other amazing people such as yourself, right? Just a little bit more. That's like that one automation could like help you crush getting reviews on Google Maps. Now let's just go into what happens when the lead comes in, right? So somebody's gonna answer that lead on Facebook, respond with all those questions, and then they're gonna automatically populate into the new lead section here inside of Go High Level. So once they land in there, let's just have a look here, right? I don't know if any of these people have responded, but the main point here is that the email will come in. The lead will come in, and then the person will get an email that says this: "Hey Tammy, thanks so much for reaching out. I really appreciate you considering Build by Bird Construction. We specialize in transforming bathrooms, giving kitchens new life, and turning basements into comfortable living spaces. I'd love to hear more about your project and put together a clear plan and quote tailored for what you're looking for. Could you provide me with a few dates and times that work best for you to connect?" A quick walkthrough makes everything more simple and straightforward. "Hey Tammy, thanks so much for reaching out. At Built by Bird, we focus on refreshing bathrooms, giving new kitchens new life, and we basically send the same text and the same email at the same time." Now let me give you an example of somebody that did respond. This is a great example of it, right? So for April, lead comes in, we send that same email and that same text. April will respond immediately inside the CRM. "Hey, Thursday works, Friday works, etc. Can you call me about the project?" Whatever. "Yes, of course, can do that on this day," etc. And then, right, the next step is really just for Layden or whoever we're working on, like the business owner, to get in contact with that person and schedule time to go to that person's house for a quote. At that point, then you would move the customer down the pipeline into each stage of the customer journey. Cool. So that's really where a lot of the magic happens. Now after that, right, no matter where, the thing that we really focus on is like, no matter if people find you on Facebook or whatever, people are gonna look you up. So we really want to emphasize requesting reviews and getting if you have a bad rating right now, getting it to like a 5-star rating, over 20 reviews on Google, to show that like other people like working with you as well, okay? So that's a bit of a recap. It's kind of like what we do, how we do it, just specifically on the Facebook side. I want to give you guys more tips on like how you can implement this for yourself. I think this is a great basis if you're a contractor looking for an efficient system to manage all your leads, looking to get lead flow in, especially for kitchen and bathroom renovators. Like this crushes, right? Just absolutely crushes. So 2 key points here, right? Show your face on these ads, like connect with these people personally. Have a system that will instantly reach out to these leads. And if you don't, you're wasting your money. The text and the email are great, but if you weren't calling that person right away as well, they probably just won't respond. Like it's your job, it's your duty when they're responding to you, they're asking you for help, reach out to them, give them a call, they're gonna connect way better. And even having like an efficient sales system around calling these people. Day 1, if they don't call you or they don't answer you, call them on day 2. We have clients that will call these leads 3 times on day 1 and then call them every day for 7 days until they answer. Might sound annoying, but it works and they crush, okay? This could work for you as well. So I wanted to give you some insight on how we do it, what we do. I hope this helps one of you guys implement this for yourself. Stay tuned. I plan on giving more free value on here as well. And let me know if you have any questions. Just comment below. Cheers.